And I really resent anybody saying that I'm just doing this for the rich. Give me a break. I think you guys overplay that all the time, and it gets old. And frankly, you ought to quit it.
Mr. Chairman, the public believes it.
I'm not through.
Okay.
I get kind of sick and tired of it. True, it's a nice political play.
Well, Mr. Chairman,
it's not true.
With all due respect, I get sick and tired of the richest people
Regular order,
in the country
Mr. Chairman.
getting richer and
Regular order.
richer.
Order.
We do a tax
Regular order.
middle class.
Wait a minute.
Regular order.
And over and over again.
Wait just
How many
a second.
times do we do this before we learn this, Mr. Chairman?
Listen, I've honored you by allowing you to spout off here. And what you said was not right.
Mitt Romney famously said corporations are people, but you wrote something that caught our attention. You read about how humans would be the biggest losers under the Republican tax bill that was passed in the House. Republican lawmakers and administration officials promised that these corporate giveaways will really, truly, honest to goodness, primarily benefit us regular humans, especially humans in the middle class. That's because they claim corporate tax cuts will unleash a wave of business investment and therefore economic growth, most of which will trickle down to the little people. It's hard to find an independent economist who buys this. Even corporate executives won't back up the story. If that is true, how is it that the Republicans can continue to justify this tax plan as a boon for the middle class?
They can't. That's the problem. You know, Orrin Hatch, in that clip that you just showed, was furious about this supposed cliche that the bill is a tax cut for the rich and for corporations. It's a cliche because it's true. If you look at the analyses from the Joint Committee on Taxation, which is the internal, nonpartisan, official scorekeeper on these things, even they say the biggest tax cuts go to the very wealthiest families. And in fact, because of some of these other provisions within the Senate bill, for example, that sunset, that make some of these tax cuts for individuals rather than corporations temporary, taxes will go up on lower income and middle income households starting in 2021. By 2027, in fact, basically the average of every income group earning under 75K will see its taxes go up relative to current law. So this is absolutely a giveaway to the rich. It's very unlikely to have much of an effect in terms of business investment and hiring and increasing people's wages, which is what Republicans are arguing.
One economist estimates that and we talked about this last hour with the congressman from Pennsylvania, students, particularly if the House bill becomes law, or even some semblance of it, many students in this country would be hit especially hard. Why is that?
For a few different reasons. So there are many provisions in these various bills that, there's the Senate bill and the House bill, but there are many provisions that go after higher education, including the deductibility of student loan interest. So that would potentially be repealed depending on which bill actually becomes law, as well as the fact that when you're a grad student, if you get your tuition waived, right, like, you don't have to pay.
They're going to treat it as income.
They're going to treat it as income, which, again, raises the cost of higher education, raises the cost of STEM education. We should be investing in the skills of our workforce, and this legislation does the opposite. It encourages, supposedly, investment in capital, although if you talk to CEOs, it's not clear that they're actually going to invest more in capital, by which I mean factories and equipment. But it certainly does not help in terms of an investment in humans, in skills.